Hello. This is like the millionth time I've tried to start this video. This morning and early this afternoon, my internet connection was all crazy, so now we're trying it again. Um, I'm not even sure how this is going to work because I'm trying to do a recording for the first time using StreamYard. And the last one, if it posts anywhere, you'll catch me coughing because I said hello and then I started coughing like crazy. So it's just not been a good technology day for me today. Um, but I did want to create the card while I'm sitting here with you, because since I'm not doing the step-by-step instructions on the blog with pictures anymore, because I'm running out of space on my web server, go figure. I think on the older posts, when I have the time, I will go back and I will turn those into PDFs and then just post the PDF to that blog post so then you can download it. But that's going to take some time. And because then that way I can start removing some of the older pictures of the step-by-steps, and then you could print them and say, or just save them to your hard drive, and so then that way you have them. Excuse me, goodness. So today I'm going to be working with the Playing the Rain set. I created a card at Stamp Camp that one of my teammates designed. I believe it was Paula Clevenger who designed it. It's a really cute card. However, you'll notice I didn't put a sentiment on it. I wasn't quite ready to put a sentiment on it because when I was stamping it, I just didn't really want either of the sentiments that were included in the stamp set that day. But we might do the rainy days because I think originally it might have had Oh Happy Day, and that just didn't quite go with what I was feeling that day. Go figure. So I think today I'll use the Rainy Days Are Better With You because you can always send that to a friend just as just because, or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and recreate this one today. It's going to be a little bit different. I don't think I'm going to use the yellow. Now we did use, let me put this solo up here. We did use Stampin' Blends to color in the bunny. So I do have my Stampin' Blend markers here. Let me see. So I'm going to be using, what is this? Daffodil Delight for the umbrella. The only thing I'm not going to include is the flower embellishment because I didn't get those. I didn't think I would use them enough to warrant getting them because they come, I can't remember how many in a package, but there's a lot. And I don't think I'm going to make that many bunny rabbits. Let's see. And then I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember what color we used for the rabbit in their ears, but I'm going to use for Flirty Flamingo today. And then for the rabbit itself, I'm going to use Smoky Slate. And I think that was, I'm pretty sure that was Smoky Slate. If not, I do have my gray granite here, but something tells me that might be a little too dark. Well, I don't know. I don't know, but I'll keep it here just in case. We'll do a test on the cardstock beforehand before I color the rabbit. And then for the clouds, you can just see like a little bit of blue on here. So on the clouds, I'm going to use probably Light Pool Party for the cloud, and probably for the puddle as well. Okay, so I have all of my markers here, so I'll set those aside. Now, if you don't have the Stampin' Blends markers, that's okay. You can always color this in with colored pencils or whatever you have on hand. Regular markers, Crayola markers work great too. But the wonderful thing about the Stampin' Blends is that they're an alcohol marker, and so they blend really well. So what I will do first typically is do the accents. So I'll do like this little line here and then like his buttons and his little collar lines. I'll do that in the darker version because each of these markers come with a light and a dark marker in the set. And so the dark is for all of the detailing, and then the lighter one is to fill in the rest of the color. Okay, but we'll go over that when we are coloring it in. Okay, so let me get, we're also going to be using the Raindrops embossing folder. And let's put this up here too. And very cute. You just have to make sure that you don't, when you place it on your card, because I heard of a few ladies, when they were placing their embossed mat on their card, they put the raindrops upside down, which is fine. I mean, you know, it doesn't really matter, I guess. But the narrow part goes on top and the wider part is on the bottom. So you just have to be careful because when you do emboss it, see how it's upside down? Because typically when you take it off the embossing folder, you take it off and you use it. But these are upside down, so you'll have to turn it. That's just a note to self, which I will try to remember to look at it before I glue it down. So we'll have that here as well. And then we also have these wonderful dies. These are the Playing in the Rain dies. And if you've noticed recently in these new catalogs that Stampin' Up! Is now naming their die sets the same as their stamp sets, so you can make it easier to find them and to know which set goes with what. Before I used to use a little label, and like my happy labels, I would put, okay, it goes with the happy labels, pick a punch. Okay, great. And I used to have that for the die sets because they were not named the same and I could never remember the name of the dies. Well, now Stampin' Up! Made it easy and naming them both the same. Okay, so we have little bow ties. When you can use those as bow ties for the bunny, but they're actually the bows for your kite. Okay, and then we have a tree stump. We have some butterflies, some fencing, and some grass shapes, and then the umbrellas, clouds. Now this big looks like a bow tie is actually for the kite. I'm not going to use that today, but I will use it sometime this week from one of my cards. But in the old days when we would make the kites out of, you know, was it either straws or sticks and paper, you would make a cross on your kite. Well, that's what this is. So it's actually two tones. So you can actually do two of the corner or two of the sides, one color, and then the main flag a different color. So, or kite, a different color. So I'll show you how that's going to go later this week, but today I'm going to concentrate on this one. But I think this is going to be a fun set to play with this week. So let me go ahead and let's get started. Now, I did not pre-measure or anything like that. And I think, let's see, what. Let's see what DSP I want to use. Goodness, I was out running errands earlier and my throat just got all crazy. Okay, so as most of you might know, if you've watched my videos, I don't like yellow. I am not a yellow person at all. Probably because everybody has told me, oh, it goes beautifully with your complexion. Yeah, no. Don't like yellow. So, oh, that's kind of pretty because I'm trying to decide what to use for this piece here. So we could use that floral pattern. I don't think I want to do stripes. Oh, that's pretty too. Polka dots are cute. Oh, that one's really cute. Kind of like this one. This one seems, well, actually, this one's not bad either. What color is this? Let's see. It is probably sweet sorbet. Okay, so it's a toss-up between this one and this one so far. Okay, there's yellow. No. Oh, I did that one this weekend for the DCMS card, so I don't want to use that again just yet. I mean, I like it, but maybe not just yet. That's cute. Look at how cute those little flowers are. Ooh, it's kind of bold, and it's going to be covered up. Huh. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe, this is a tough decision. Let's see, if I was actually doing this as a live, I'd ask your opinion. At least I don't think I'm doing it as a live. That's what cracks me up. And like I said, we're going to try this and hope for the best today. Let's see if we did that with the bunny, or do we like this one with the bunny? Because that would be pink. What color pink is that? Petal pink? I don't think I have a petal pink blends. So I'm kind of scared that it's going to clash. So maybe not that one. Okay, you know what? I think I might have to use the yellow. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Do I have the yellow in here? And this is where I keep all of my 6x6 DSPs. And this is the gingham, the country gingham palette. No. And see, this is what happens every day. I go through this torture every day. I do this to myself every day. Let's see, these are the in colors. Ooh, what about the green? That looks like fun. Let's see, if we did the green with the rabbit. Oh, that's kind of cute. And maybe we could, I don't think I have the green, the Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blends though, but it still goes cute with pink, especially Flirty Flamingo. And if we did it with flowers instead, oh, that'd be cute. Okay, let's do Granny Apple Green. All right, and this is from the 2022-2024 in color 6x6 DSP. Okay, so there's that. Close that up. And let's get a sheet of Granny Apple Green. What's funny is that in my filing cabinet, I can always pick out Granny Apple Green really quick because my my little tag got bent somehow. Excuse me. Okay, so we have that, and then that is actually a half sheet. So it's going to be 5.5 by 8.5. And then we are going to fold it at 4 1/4. Okay, let's get some white. Oh, wait, wrong sets of drawers. I moved things around recently and I still haven't quite figured out where everything's at. Because my iPad sits right in the way of it. Let's see, but right now I'm not really using my iPad because I'm not showing you my pretty face, right? Okay, so let's start out with getting our raindrops. Now, I suppose if you tilted it a little bit, you would have a storm because then the raindrops would be coming in sheets sideways, which is realistically how it happens here in Illinois. They don't ever come down straight like you see on this. But so if you wanted to turn it, you could. But, all right, let's run this through the die cut. Oh, I forget how to do this already because I'm using my Big Shot and I stopped using my magnetic base because it was driving me crazy. and I had it all figured out based on my magnetic base. Okay, so there we ran it through, and there are the raindrops. So I'm going to turn it around now, so that way when I'm ready to place it, it's the right side up. Okay, and next we're going to get, well, actually, let's go ahead and fold this. Now, if you happen to have the Stamparatus, I want to show you how I've been folding my cards lately, because I've gotten kind of hooked on this. So I put it up in the corner, and I make sure it's all the way in that corner, and then I make sure this side is all the way in that corner, and then I crease and fold. And typically, when you crease and fold like that, you don't get the wonky edges. They line up almost perfectly. So nothing is showing because of a crooked fold. So that's my little tip for this last week or so for the Stamparatus. Okay, since I'm already on this, let's go ahead and adhere this down. Okay. All right, make sure it's the right way, and we're going to make sure that all three edges are almost even, so then that way it's pretty much centered. Okay, voila, that piece is done. Okay, so if you ever do cards like this and you want to reproduce them and you don't have instructions, you know, that's why I save them and I break out my rulers. So let's see, the DSP piece is going to be 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. Okay, so let's write that down. DSP 3 1/4 by, what did I say, 3 1/2? Yeah, 3 1/2. And then the mat for that is what? 3 1/2. How much you want to make a bet? It's 3 3/4. Yep, 3 3/4. Okay, so that's for the DSP. So let's go ahead and cut that. I've got my medicine bottle. It has all my labels in it for all of my stamp sets. And because when they retire, I put retired on them, so then that way I'm not tempted to use them, which I have been known to do on accidents, like my DSPs. So, okay, what was that? That was 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. So we'll do the 3 1/2 first. 3 1/2 by 3 1/4. So I've now been trying to label all of my things with retired stickers, so that way I make sure I'm not messing them up. Oh, I need another. Let's see. Do I have any scrap pieces of Granny Apple Green? No. I'll just use one of my card bases, and then I will have scraps for next time. Okay, so this was 3 3/4 by 3 1/2 for the DSP mat. Okay, let's make sure I did that right. Oh, I blew it. Okay, 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. Did I not measure 3 1/2 right? Or was it my California math? Yep, it was my California math, as my husband would say. Okay, so 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. I did 3 1/4, that's why. Okay, now does it fit? Yay! Cha-ching. Okay. All right. So let's see for the mat for the rabbit. So, my pen. Okay, and then Okay, so basic white is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. And so that makes the mat 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, right? Yes. Okay. Well, let's see. We had this one. It was 3 3/4, right? 3 3/4, and so let's cut this one at 2 1/2, so I can salvage it. There we go. Okay, so there's that piece. That's the basic white mat. All right, basic white was 3 1/2. Sorry, can't see that very well, can you? 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. And I just started using this cutter again, and I'm so used to my other measurement, or the other ruler on my other one, that it's throwing me for a loop. Okay, so let's go ahead and tack this down. Okay, there we go. And let's tack this one down. Okay, got those 3 sides. All right, yay. And actually, if we wanted to, we could go ahead and tack these down right now. Now they're just offset. So, so I have the 2 points almost touching. And so let's see if we can do it. Now that it has adhesive on it, let's see if I can get it straight. Okay, so this has not started out being a very good week here. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And then we put this one down at kind of an opposite angle. So kind of like that. Okay. All right. So there we go with our card base. Oh, let me do my inside. Do I want to stamp it? I don't know. We'll see. I might stamp it later. I haven't quite decided yet. Uh-oh. Let's see. That's why I'm wondering if this is actually live or not, because my internet connection gets all wonky. Okay. Anyway, so there is the card base. So now let's go ahead and start stamping our wascally webbits. Okay. This rabbit is just adorable. And actually, I think I'm going to use my Stamparatus for this. Because I think I'll go ahead and use the black. I wasn't going to originally use black. I was going to use basic gray because I like those outlines better. It's not as dark, but I will use the black. Okay, so we're just going to set this down any old where because we're going to use the die cuts on it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and stamp this in tuxedo black. And then that way the Stampin' Blends won't run or make it run. Okay, that's about good. One more pass won't hurt. There we go. Okay, So there is the rabbit. And then let's go ahead and clean off Mr. Bunny. And now we need to stamp the clouds. Okay, put him back, and we gotta get the clouds and the umbrella. And I haven't used this set, so trying to pick it up for the first time is always fun. I don't know if you've ever had that issue. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do them kind of sideways so they just fit. And we'll do the umbrella right there. Okay. And we're just going to stamp those in tuxedo black as well. Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. Close up the stamp pad before I get ink all over me again. Wouldn't be the first time. And sorry, I just like to clean as I go, because if I don't, I will accidentally get ink on something I wasn't supposed to get ink on. And it looks like my chamois needs to be re-moistened. Okay, now I don't know if you noticed, so see how I have these shadowed areas? This is actually the sticker sheet that the stickers came on, and I just tuck it into the back of my stamp case. And then that way, it shows me where each stamp should go. I did see, I think it was Shannon West who, was it Shannon? No, it wasn't Shannon. It was, why is her name escaping me? One of the other demonstrators. She was showing how she would unstick the sticker thing and then stick it to the inside of the case. Yeah, no, I can't do that. That's it. It gets all wavy, kind of all messed up. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. So let's put the magnets back, and now I'm going to go ahead and die cut them out before I color them, because if there's one thing I can't stand is doing all that work to color them and then I go to die cut them and they don't cut right. So let's go ahead. I like the fact that the clouds are all one die cut, just like they're all one stamp. So that is awesome in itself right there. Umbrella. Okay, and bunny rabbit. All right, and I'll run those through. Okay. Okay. Looks like I need to get a new bottom plate for my Big Shot. All right. Oh, look at that. See, so that's why we have to have the stamp of just the puddle, because the die doesn't cut out the puddle. Okay. Now you're going to have extra clouds, which is fine. So you can use them for another project. Of course, now I can't remember how this went. All right. Oh, wait. No, maybe not. Let's put the rabbit first. Then we can put the clouds. Sometimes I will use a Sharpie and outline them, so then that way I know where they go. But since this is a new set that I'm just opening up today, I haven't done that yet. Okay, now let's see, where is my light and smoky? Okay, so we're going to do a color test here. And that was Smoky Slate. And this one's Gray Granite. Huh. Now the question is, which one do I like better? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like Smoky Slate is what we used. Yeah, okay. So we'll use the Smoky Slate. Even though that looks like it's a little bit darker. Okay, so now we're going to color the rabbit. So like I said, I'm going to do the dark first, and let's see, his toes, some of his legs. Okay. Now, like I said, I am not the best colorer, but these markers make my life so much easier because they make me look like a professional colorer, even though I'm not, because it's just not relaxing for me at all. All right, so we did all that. Now we're going to go over it with the light Smoky Slate. Now don't cover too much right here. I guess I should have done the pink first, but we want to leave this open for the pink, or for the Flirty Flamingo. Okay. All right, so there's one ear. Let's get the second ear. Not too much, Brandy. Okay. Because I almost colored over the pink spot of that ear. That would not be good. So I'm going to have to start all over. Okay. There's his little face. Don't forget his little hands. When I was at stamp camp, I was looking down and I noticed, oh, I forgot his little hands. So I had to go back and color them. Okay. And his little feet. There. Look how cute that is. Okay. So now let's do the dark Flirty Flamingo. And again, we're going to do that on the highlights here. I'll do the bottom of his nose. And then the jacket. And buttons. Okay. All right, so now we'll use the lighter Flirty Flamingo. And go in his collar. See, these markers make it look like I know what I'm doing, which is wonderful. Because I know about shadows in photography, not so much when I'm coloring. Go figure. Okay. And now we are going to do the umbrella. Looks like my die cut's not exactly perfect, but close enough. Okay, get these dark spots. And now the light one to fill in the rest of the color. Here we go. Okay. So that must not have been Daffodil Delight. This must have been Mango Melody, maybe? because it is a little bit darker, but that's okay. All right, and then Pool Party, we're going to use the big cloud. Okay, so and when I did this one, I just colored along the bottom and then those little marks. Okay. Oops. All right, so that way it looked like it had a little bit of rain building up in it. And then we will save these two for another project. Sometimes what I'll do is I will put these in the die cut folder and just tuck them back here in the back. Then that way I have them if I want them for another project. And if you'll notice that I turn my label to the back side, so then that way the front side has my dies when I put them away, so I can see everything. Okay. Now, let's get that puddle, because I forgot to do the puddle when I was stamping. So we'll just put this on a block. All right, basic black or tuxedo black. I need you again. Okay. So hopefully we can get it on. Got too much of a problem since it's layered already. Yay! It worked, it worked. Okay, let's clean the stamp. All right. Okay. And naturally now I need dimensionals, which are behind my iPad. There we go. Okay. So now, because we're going to put these three pieces on with dimensionals. Okay, so let's turn them over. And I do save the edges because they make great cuttable small ones for these tiny little pieces, like the umbrella, because the umbrella is so narrow. There we go. Okay. All right, so now we can just glue down our bunny. So we'll do that first. Get my little garbage jar. Okay, and tweezers. Oh, wait. Before we do that, we've got to color the water. Okay, color water. There we go. Okay. Let me go ahead and add some dark accents to this. There we go. Okay, now we can put Mr. Bunny down. Because we're going to call him Mr. even though he's wearing a pink jacket. Because I'm not going to put the little bow on him. Or the little flower. All right. Now for the cloud. And the umbrella. All right. The umbrella will go in his little hand right here. Like so. Okay, look at how cute that is. All right, do I want to add the sentiment now? Seems like such a dilemma for me. I don't know why with this one, because I just don't want it to take away from the bunny rabbit, because I really love that bunny rabbit. Okay. Now I use my spatula part when I first put these on, because they don't like to come up sometimes when you first put them down. And so I use my little spatula on my take your pick tool. Okay, this, I'm going to cut a piece of basic white for the sentiment. 1 inch by, let's do 2.5. So let's wait on that for a second because I want to use my new happy labels. Okay, let's see. This is 2.5. I like using all of these scraps. Okay, 2.5. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you heard my dog just snort in her sleep. Oh, that's all they do. They lay behind me and snore. Okay, there we go. Put those aside and get my Stamparatus out. Okay, let's see. There we go. Check it down, and I think I'm going to do this in Smoky Slate because I really don't want it in, and then I might change my mind. Maybe I want it in Granny Apple Green. Well, let's see how this looks first. Let's see, am I going to like that? What do you think? Yeah, I think I like that. Okay. I mean, because I could do it in Granny Apple Green, but I think I like the gray. Because it's not as dark as the black, so it won't compete with my rabbit. And, yeah. Okay. So, got that all cleaned up. Put that stamp away in a minute. And where is my Happy Labels punch? Oh, there we go. Okay, Happy Labels punch. So, let's unlock it. And I'm going to use the small scallops, which is weird because the small scallop is on this side. That would confuse me if I was actually paying attention to it. Okay. Put that in and line it up against the edge, punch. And then we're going to flip it over and slide it all the way in again. Whoops, come on. Okay. Lock that back up. There we go. So I can actually put it where it belongs. All right. I think I'm going to do this with dimensionals as well, because I like everything popping up. Okay. And take off the little papers, wax paper, right? And get my tweezers. We'll put it down here at the bottom. Okay. And there you have it. Cute little card. Love that bunny. And then you can put another sentiment on the inside. So if somebody has a springtime birthday, you could always put happy birthday on the inside, or, you know, whatever. Or like I do, I fill it up with writing. So I will go ahead and put these in the description, and hopefully I can find this video after I end the recording, because like I said, I have not done it with StreamYard before, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, but we'll get it. Okay, and of course, there we go. Sorry, keep moving you around. But we'll get it up there, and I will get the dimensions and everything for you so you can recreate it with whatever supplies you have on hand. Okay, you have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, happy stamping. Bye-bye.